Good morning. Let's start the current affairs class. Yes? Any news you remember that you have read in the past week? Every time I ask this question. Yes. News that you have read in few days. Nishan, news. Any news you remember that you have covered? This is the most latest one, no? Right? Classical languages. How many classical languages do we have? 5 or 6? 5 or 6? Who said 5? Jocuse? It's okay. 5 or 6? Very, very important. Related to art and culture perspective, right? And current affairs perspective. 8? Very good. Okay. So, what is the news? Recently, Union Cabinet of India chaired by, see, look for the important details, okay? Union Cabinet led by Prime Minister conferred the status of classical language to which languages? So, these are the new 5 languages that have been added, okay? New 5 to the already existing 6, okay? So, total how many languages do we have now? Classical languages total number becomes 11, okay? So, what are the languages? Questions will come from this part in prelims and in mains also. So, classical language Marathi, Pali, Prakrit and Assamese and Bengali. Pali and Prakrit language are very, very important if we look at it from Buddhism and Jainism perspective. Pali Prakrit becomes important. So, third perspective is related to Buddhism and Jainism, which is very important for UPSC CSE preparation, okay? Because every year Buddhism Jainism topic question comes from Buddhism and Jainism. So, Pali has been added and Prakrit has been added. So, do the homework that Pali Prakrit, who was using which language? Buddhism and Jainism. Mahavira and Buddha, Mahavira, Jainism, Buddha, Buddhism, okay? So, these people were using which language? Buddha and Mahavira, okay? Prakrit and Pali were the common man language, okay? They were using common man language. These were common man language and it became popular. So, this is the release. Cabinet approves status of classical language to these languages. Now, let us move forward. Recognizing and preserving India's linguistic heritage. What are the things that we have to cover from this topic? What are the different perspectives that we should cover? Okay, classical language status criteria, very, very important. Criteria are always asked if it is related to the languages or the scheduled tribe, PVTGs, right, whenever they are in news. So, the linguistic experts committee sets the criteria and this committee is under Sahitya Kala Akademi, okay? This committee is under Sahitya Kala Akademi and then this sets the criteria for recognizing a classical language. This committee, this can be asked, who sets the criteria? Next thing, antiquity, benchmarks are there. What are the factors? What are the criteria that we have to keep in mind? So, antiquity should be there. Antiquity means it should be 1500 or 2000 year old and language must have early text or recorded history. Remember these things, very important. Early text should be there or recorded history. Only then we will know that this is an ancient language. Ancient language. These are also called as ancient languages, okay? Ancient languages. Ancient literature. So, literature should be there. A rich body of literature or text must exist. It is a must criteria considered a cultural heritage by generation of speakers should be there. Diverse text should be there. Must have knowledge text including prose, poetry and then epigraphic inscriptional evidence, okay? Next is classical form of language may differ from the modern form, okay? It may differ from the modern form that exists. So Assamese, now also people speak Assamese language, right? So difference may be there when we compare from the ancient version, okay? This point is also important. Now, list of the criteria, list of recognized classical languages. What kind of question will come from this information, Aslam? What kind of question can come from this piece of information, this slide? Yeah, and second question, second form of question.
The years which they have been recognized as classical languages.
They can ask about the years also, match the following, right? They will be giving the language and then years, right? And then you have to remember what? Years also. So these are the languages that were there earlier: Odia, Malayalam, Kannada, Telugu, Sanskrit and Tamil. Now newly added are these languages, okay? Now what is the benefit of getting this status, of getting this recognized status? Academic recognition will be given. So what happens? These are the benefits. Center of Excellence will be created, University Grants Commission, it creates professional chairs for these languages, means that the language will be getting promoted, right? It will get the support, okay, and government will work for it. Establishment of Center of Excellence means that study and research in the area, and international acclaimed awards are also there, okay. Next is UGC. What is University Grants Commission? So it is a statutory body. Question can come from this part also. It is a statutory body under the UGC Act 1956. What are statutory bodies and non-statutory bodies? What is a statutory body under the Act? Statutory bodies are those bodies which are formed through an act of parliament, okay, or by law, by a statute, okay. It is formed by a statute or a law, and non-statutory bodies are formed by executive actions, bodies like Niti Aayog, okay. So they do not have a law, okay, they do not have rules and regulations, law is not there, they are not legally binding, they are decisions. Niti Aayog, advisory body, right, and statutory bodies, right, they have a law. From that law they have to follow certain things, okay. So there is accountability. Next is what? Questions. So how questions can come from this topic? Write these questions and any one answer you can write. Among these three questions you can write one answer and submit it to me, okay. Languages like Pali, Prakrit, Assamese have recently been conferred the language status. Analyze the role that this recognition plays in promoting ancient literature, knowledge system and cultural identity in India. So try to submit the answers also, any one of the answers I need, okay. Next Saturday class, before entering, submit the answers, any one answer among these three, very very important. The creation of Center of Excellence for Classical Languages by the Ministry of Education is one of the key benefits of classical language status. How can these centers contribute to the growth and preservation of classical languages? See, the benefits question is itself telling us about the benefit, yes or no? That promotion, right? Growth, preservation of the language, importance we are giving, yes? So it will lead, but how? Okay. Next is language form a crucial part of a nation's intangible heritage. Critically examine how the recognition helps in maintaining the cultural diversity of India. Okay. And then also suggest ways in which technology can help. Very very important question, third one. If you can write the answer for the third one, it will be very good, because it is encompassing what? It is including technology also, right? And intangible heritage also. So third question is very good question. You can write answer for this third question. and this is the conclusion part. So this kind of question will come in mains, okay? And prelims we already discussed. Okay, online students, good morning. Habil, how are you? Momin, good morning. Habil, classical language is clear? Are you there? Done? Questions is difficult or easy? Is this question, are these questions difficult or easy? Easy, no? Okay. Written? Let's proceed forward. Huh? Very, another important scheme. So government schemes are very important, and what kind of questions are coming from the government schemes? Their eligibility criteria, the conditions, people who are eligible, and the age group and the target section to whom the scheme will be benefiting, right? And what are the important terms and conditions? Very important. So this kind of question comes from the schemes, and schemes like these are very important. So Prime Minister's internship scheme launched recently following in its announcement during the union budget. This scheme has been launched. So internship, catering to youth of the country, youth. So this scheme will solve many problems. Problems like what? Aslam, what problems do we have related to youth? Unemployment. Second? Sorry? Instability. Youth, related to youth. Economy, like it is a broad perspective, no? Economy. Financial independence, we can say. Second thing, third thing. Skills. Skills, right? Learning new skills, internship. So they will be, under this program, they will be meeting people from diverse backgrounds. They will be getting the exposure of different countries. So around 500 companies will be part of this internship scheme, and youth will be hired. They will be given employment, okay? So aims to enhance what? Employability by providing real world exposure to business environment. It's very important scheme. Next is, it seeks to bridge what? Skill gap and promote sustainable economic growth. So this is what? A part, larger goal, sustainable economic growth by offering internship to the youth. So this scheme is also very important. Now the aim is what? See, the numbers are very important when we talk about these kind of initiatives or scheme. Numbers become important. Okay, Jokyos, what is the number? Fact? Internships over 5 years. So this is very important. You have to remember this point. 1 crore internship it is providing, and the time period duration is what? 5 years. Okay, 5 years, targeting 500 companies. 500 companies. Implementation. Who will implement this scheme? Managed by Ministry of Corporate Affairs. And then benefits are there. Benefit part is very important. 5,000 stipend will be provided, but divided by, shared by the company and the government. Okay, 5,000 total stipend will be provided to the youth. 4,500 provided by central government. By which mode? DBT, direct benefit transfer mode. Directly they will be getting in their account. Okay, DBT mode, and then 500 through CSR initiative, Corporate Social Responsibility Fund. And then one time, this is also very important, one time joining grant of 6,000 will be provided. What does this mean, Jokyus? One time joining grant of 6,000. Yes, Shania, good morning. Jokes, tell me the meaning of this one. Ask your friends also to join the live, whoever is absent. Share this live in the group. Yes. Tell me, Jokes, one-time joining grant. Harshad, what is the meaning of one-time joining grant of 6,000? Shared? First year group. Yes, one-time joining grant. Come on, Harshad. It is simple. One-time joining grant. Nand Kishore? Anyone?
Whenever the employee joins the company, they provide them a 6,000 grant as the joining.
And it will be only one time provided, not every year, only one time. When they are employed under this scheme, only one time it will be provided. Okay, so new people, one time grant will be provided. This is very important. Okay, insurance coverage. Next important point is they are covered under these schemes. Insurance schemes. What are the schemes? Name? Leher. Insurance scheme names are what? And? Yes, write these schemes and go and research about the schemes. These schemes are also very important. The year of the scheme, because this is in news, isn't it? Is this in news or not? This is in news, no? Because of this scheme. So this may also come, right? So go and research about this. Read about these schemes. Jeevan Jyoti, Bima Yojana and PM Suraksha Bima Yojana. These two insurance coverage will be provided for this scheme. Internship period will be for 1 year. Now, very, very important point is what? Eligibility criteria. 21 to 24 years of people will be eligible. Second is should have passed class 10 or higher. Okay, these two criteria are very, very important for this internship scheme. Who will be ineligible for this scheme? Any idea? People who will be ineligible for this scheme.
Someone who is under 21 or 24 years old and haven't passed 10th grade.
Ineligible person? Ineligible.
So someone who is below 21 years of age and above 24 years of age.
Okay, and
who hasn't cleared 10th grade.
okay, very safe answer, huh? And very smart, Aslam. and any other choices? Any? Very good. And very good. Income criteria will also be there, na? People who are earning, good. Families are earning, good. And people who are already in some premier institutions like IITs, IIMs. It is not for everyone. It is not for every youth. So people, individuals from premier institutions like IIT, IIM or those with professional qualification means what? CA, CMA. So they are ineligible. Excludes those engaged in full-time employment or from households with a family income of 8 lakh or above. Okay? Above 8 lakh. So this is ineligibility criteria for this scheme. Clear, Leher? Clear? What are the ineligibility criteria? Tell me. Yes? Yes, yes. Tell me. Come on. Who are ineligible? Jokios, who will be ineligible? Read these lines only. With professional qualification, people with professional qualification and who are already in premier institutions, IITs, IIMs, okay? Next benefit of the scheme will be, benefit of scheme for youth will be that they will get training, exposure of the professional work environment, and then industries. They will get a skilled workforce, pipeline for industries, and employment will be there. Questions? Any one question you can write. You don't have to write all the 3 questions, but any one question you write and then write the answer also. Okay? So what kind of question can come? Impact of the scheme on youth employability in India, and then how can it bridge the existing skill gap? Second is, how does this scheme align with the government's broader goal of skill development and employment generation? Very important point. How does it meet, right? And how does it align? And analyze its potential benefit and limitation. Only one question you have to write. So among these 3 questions, select one question and then write the answer for that question. Next is, assess the eligibility criteria. Do they ensure inclusivity and access for disadvantaged groups? This point is also very important. Inclusive. Good morning, students. You can also write the questions. Online students, any one question you can write and submit your answers within 1 week. Done? Online students, share this live with your friends so that they can also join. Done? International Medical Device Regulators Forum, India's role and global implications. So this is IMDRF. India has associated with this body member. It has become an affiliate member of IMDRF. So what will be India's role? What benefit will India get? And what will be the implications? Okay. How will it benefit India? Understanding the regulatory convergence in the medical sector device. So first of all, related to this body, the information related to this body is establishment 2011. Next is objective is to what? Harmonize global medical device regulation and encourage convergence among regulatory framework. So there are different rules and regulation related to this body. So this body works to globalize the framework, harmonize. Everything should be in sync. So whatever country is participating in this body, they will do what? Align with the vision of the body, IMDRF, and then they will try to regulate it according to this laws, according to the body's rules and regulations. So membership includes regulators from US, EU, Japan, China, India and WHO. So one kind of question that can come is, whenever India and China is part of any body, you should remember that these bodies, India and China, are the members, because it becomes important. It is asked. Okay. So China is also there. Remember this point in IMDRF. Next is, why was this body formed? So problems and solutions. So body was formed to converge, to harmonize the regulatory framework, facilitate the access for medical devices, support cooperation. Okay. Accessibility means easily you can get what? Devices, the information, the support, efficacy also. The quality, ensure safety and efficacy of devices across the market. Promote innovation and timely access to new technologies. World is advancing, technologies are coming, right? So for these, it is promoting the innovation. It is inclusive also. Yes, including many countries. So it is inclusive also, addressing the complexities manufacturers face due to differing regulation across countries. So manufacturers who face different problems, they will be getting what? Solutions. And then members, very important, founding members are what? US, EU, Japan, Canada and Australia. These are the founding members. Current members are these countries, and structure is what? Working group and technical committees are there for the work. Affiliates, non-voting members who participate in discussions. India's membership. Now it has become an affiliate member, right? Second, it will strengthen this body, CDSCO, Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. It will strengthen its work. It will support its work. How? How it will support? CDSCO. What is CDSCO? I am not asking what the full form. Go and, I have already written the full form. Go and research about CDSCO. What is its role? Write a paragraph about it, 50 words or 60-word paragraph, okay? So it is a regulatory body in India for drugs, for clinical trials, whatever is happening, the market, how the market runs, right? So it has control. Exports also related to medical sector, it has control. India can share its regulatory experience, first of all, the benefits. Second, learn from global best practices. So it will get support, right? It will get information, it will get new advanced technologies also. Next is what? Focus areas for India. So scope of improvement is what? Improving medical device regulation. This is what body does, IMDRF. Second is fast tracking the approval of innovative technologies. This is very crucial because it takes many years to get this approval for the medical devices or the vaccines. Yes or no? Same thing happened in COVID-19, right? Approval, they were not giving the approval, right? So it will help facilitating India's integration into global supply chain. Market, India will have a role in global supply chain for medical devices. Significance to India, what will be the benefits for India? Regulatory strengthening, it will strengthen the body, its work, its regulation. Second, international recognition. It shows that India is becoming one of the major global players. Participating in global supply chains means India has a strong what? Role? Yes? Strong role. It will be elevating standards of India also. Yes or no? Market access. Easier access to markets will be provided. Innovation boost will be there related to technology, right? Domestic innovation, we will be learning best practices, and then rollout of medical technology, patent safety and cutting edge research in medical technology. Global impact of IMDRF is what? It ensures the safety and effectiveness of devices globally, reduces health risk associated with poor quality devices. Trade facilitation. It facilitates trade also. In what? Aslam? Facilitation of trade in what areas? Medical device, right? Medical, be specific. It will be good, no? If you are specific, you will get good marks. Yes or no? Giving an average opinion is like everybody can do that. But you being UPSC candidates, you should be specific, okay? You should give exact information. Speeds up innovation. So these will be the benefit. Now challenges are also there for India, and then opportunities are also there. Opportunity to be a player in global supply chain, right? Second thing, India is a developing country, right? So it will take a lead. China, India, it can take a lead. Challenges are what? Challenges are very important. So aligning India's regulatory standard with advanced economies already developed. India is a developing country, so aligning with that will be a great challenge for us. But at least we will be learning some things. Managing the cost of compliance. Financial hurdles are also there. right? And then ensuring rural areas benefit from access to advanced medical technologies. Rural areas are also getting the benefit. Next is opportunities. India's footprint in global medical device market, boosting innovation, and then infrastructure and boosting system exports. Governance perspective is also there. So, harmonization efforts. IMDRF strengthens global regulatory governance. Next is India's inclusion highlights its role in global health policy. Right? Now, collaborative governance highlights how different countries work together. Collaboration. International organization reduces the fragmented nature of medical device regulation. So, this will be aligning with everyone's vision. Market growth will be their economic perspective, benefit, foreign investment, and then cost to industries. Technology and innovations. It will boost innovation, it will integrate the technology. Tech integration will be there of different countries, right? And then encouraging the startups also. Next is lesson for India is what? We will be learning best practices of the advanced economies. This will be the lesson for India, and we will try to strengthen our framework, our rules and regulation. Question, very important topic. So, questions are also there. How can India leverage, how can India benefit from its membership in the IMDRF to boost its domestic medical device industry? Second question, discuss the global significance, why the harmonization in the medical device regulation is important, harmony is important, how it impacts the public health, the innovation, and then challenges India might face in implementing or aligning its policies with the advanced economies, global standards. Okay, have you written? Written, Anishnav? One question. Which question did you write? First. Okay. First is easy, no? Write the third one. Good morning, Fatima. Fida. Good morning, Aparna. Write the questions, write any of the question and then submit the answers in 1 week. Okay, students, online students. Done? International Energy Efficiency Hub, India's role and global energy efficiency. This topic is also very important. And there will be some schemes also related to this topic, domestic, in India's scheme in the energy efficiency area. What India is doing, energy efficiency area. And energy efficiency is directly related to what, Leher? Energy efficiency is directly related to Aslam, Nankishore? Energy efficiency is directly related to think. And then broader aspect is what? And climate change, right? Climate change, energy efficiency, carbon emission, yes? The Union Cabinet has approved India's membership to Energy Efficiency Hub. This is very important topic. So, Cabinet approves membership What is this hub? Hub is what? Energy efficiency hub. Meaning of hub is? Hub. Okay. So this hub was established in 2020. Very, very important. Objective is to what? Foster global cooperation and promote energy efficiency. So it is working for global cooperation. Successor. So it is a successor. There was a previous body and after that it became it replaced it. International Partnership for Energy Efficiency Cooperation. This is a successor. This statement can come that International Energy Efficiency Hub has replaced which of the body? So IPEEC it has replaced. Okay. 16 countries are the members including US, UK, China. Again China is there and then India. Okay. Now why is this hub important? For climate change, for low carbon economy and energy security. Simple answers. First of all, energy security, and then reducing dependence on fossil fuel and enhancing resilience of India. Second thing, not India, other countries. And then second thing is low carbon economy, accelerating the transition to energy efficiency technologies. Low carbon. So we have to transition from fossil fuels to clean energy technologies. So this enhances, this accelerates the transition, this body. Now next is climate change. It is crucial to lower the greenhouse gas emission. And next is global platform. Helps in what? Supports each other, right? Cooperate, leverage technologies, shared learning is there, action, India's membership. Implementing agency will be Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Very, very important. Implementing agency. Next is focus areas will be what? Domestic energy efficiency. We have to enhance energy efficiency domestically. First we will work in our country, right? And then contributing to global knowledge. Next motto is what? Global knowledge also we have to contribute, sharing our policies and then promoting the technologies in India, energy efficient technologies in India. Role of BEE, Bureau of Energy Efficiency. What is BEE? Nandkishore, what role BEE has in this body? International Energy Efficiency Hub. In that body, what role BEE has? Online students, BEE, what role does it play in International Energy Efficiency Hub? BEE will be the implementing agencies of the things that will be discussed in the hub. Okay? BEE will implement all those things in India. Understood? Okay? So there is a point of contact. Point of contact means this body will be the point of contact, BEE, which will implement everything which will be discussed or decisions taken in the International Energy Efficiency Hub. Okay? So this is what is implementing agencies. Next is about BEE, because this body is in news. So 2002, under the Energy Conservation Act 2001, it was established, BEE. So is it a statutory body or non-statutory body? Aslam? BEE is statutory body or non-statutory body? Why? Which law? 2001, right? Yes. Reducing the energy intensity of the Indian economy. The motto is what? Motto of BEE. Reducing the energy intensity of Indian economy. We have to reduce the energy intensity. Key functions are what? All the policies program. It will implement, collaborate with industries also and states also. How we can do what? Promote energy efficiency. Energy efficiency means what? Energy efficiency is what? Efficient use means what? No wastage. Efficiency is what, Aslam? I am very efficient in my work.
Putting 100% of it as work.
Hmm?
Putting 100% of it into work.
Find this definition or meaning of this word, energy efficiency. Okay? Go home and find the meaning of this word. What is energy efficiency? Okay?
More energy using less resources.
Oh.
More energy using less resources.
Whatever energy, no, this is your homework, you do it, okay? So I'll not tell. Okay, Hishal? Key functions, okay. Facilitating India's role in international energy platform. Members of the hub, these are the members, 16 member country. So one question that can be asked, all members will not be asked, numbers can be asked, and India or China. So these kind of question can come. Next is India's position. So when India is a member of an international forum, it shows the strength of India, right? What role it has in the global platform, promoting energy efficiency in the developing world. So India will also take lead in the Asia Pacific region. Asia Pacific region, right? Asia Pacific region, it will take a lead. Developing countries also, it will become a leader because it is already participating with other countries. Yes or no? Advanced countries. And then India has a large potential because we have fossil fuels intensive industries. Yes or no? Industries are working on fossil fuel, right? And then we have a very great scope to reduce our consumption, and it will help us in climate change also, lowering the carbon emission also. Significance, what will be the significance? So we will have access to global expertise and we can share it with other countries also, our neighboring countries also. Climate change mitigation, it will help us in climate change mitigation. It will help us in meeting our targets also. Nationally determined contribution under the Paris Agreement, right? So two new things have come, jo cues? Nationally determined contribution. What are they? If you do not know, read about it, okay? Write it. And then Paris Agreement also. If you do not know anything, then you should research about it. Paris Agreement is what? Related to carbon emission, okay? And it is a successor of Kyoto Protocol. So all these things you should know, okay? So it will help India in accessing the knowledge and enhancing domestic program also. Very important thing, it will help us, all the knowledge, all the things that we will learn from this body, it will help us in leveraging or accelerating our programs and schemes like perform, achieve and trade scheme, right? Schemes that are already existing in India domestically, industries, other areas, right? The schemes that have been introduced in rural areas for lowering the carbon emission, because this is focusing on lowering carbon emission, no? Broader goal is what? Lowering the carbon emission, right? Reduction in energy cost and import dependence. Global perspective is what? Energy efficient practices reduce global greenhouse gas emission because we use energy in a very efficient way, right? And then it helps us in reducing the greenhouse gas emission, and then helps to achieve the climate goal also. Every country has to reduce its carbon footprint. There are goals set for every country, so it will help the countries in achieving their goals, reducing the carbon footprint and lessening the global warming. International collaboration, these are the benefits, okay? And economic and technological benefits are there. So it promotes clean technology and then stimulates green economies. Green economies means what? Amarnath? Green economies is a word. Green economies, green jobs. means what, Ramshad? Green economies. Write this, green economies. Huh? Very good, sustainable economy. But you do you know the definition of green economies? What is sustainable economy? Go and find the meaning, okay? India's domestic efforts. What India is doing in this sector. So there are schemes, perform, achieve, trade. PAT scheme is there for industries, perform, achieve and trade. A market-based mechanism for enhancing energy efficiency in industries, PAT scheme. Second is standards and labeling program. Manufacturers, it is for manufacturers to adopt energy efficient practices for the appliances. Okay, energy efficient practices means what? Do we have any energy efficient appliance in the class? Energy efficient appliances in the class, do we have? And these bulbs, what is the name of this bulb? Energy conservation building code. So it ensures energy efficient buildings in India also. Buildings, okay, energy efficient buildings. Next is governance perspective. So it will help in policy development also and global coordination. Then same thing, cost saving, it will create jobs also, and then foreign investment will be there, benefits. Next is technology and innovation. So we will adopt new technologies, innovation will be there, it will encourage research and innovation in building efficiency, transportation, industrial processes. Okay. Private sector role. Private sector role. Private industries will benefit from new technologies and knowledge. Next is Ujala scheme. So there are two schemes, Ujala and Ujjwala. Both of these schemes have come in the examination, Ujala and Ujjwala, and both of these have same role. Like broader goal is what? Clean energy, using clean energy, right? This is your homework. Go and find about this, read about this scheme. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. Okay. Next is what? Ujala scheme is what? Energy saving through LEDs. What happened? Energy saving through LEDs. It distributed over 360 million LED bulbs. Okay, next is global recognition. It became a model for other countries also. Which became a model? Ujala scheme. And then how energy efficiency can be achieved on a large scale. And this is also a scheme for, go and find out. Now the question, because it is an international body, right? So becomes important. Questions are, how does India's membership in the IEEH align with its domestic energy policies and the role of this body in mitigating climate change? Challenges India might face in meeting the standards, right? Because we do not have the same kind of standards, same kind of infrastructure we do not have when we compare it with other advanced economies, and how we can overcome. Only one question you have to write. Yes? Aslam, Nandkishore and Ramshad, come here, first desk. Okay, are you writing the questions? Which question did you write among these three?
Discuss the role of energy
Vaikom Satyagraha, social reform and temple entry movement. Vaikom Satyagraha. Okay. Satyagraha. Do you remember anything from this word Satyagraha? Salt Satyagraha. Gandhi Jayanti, 2nd October, right? Forgot? Tamil Nadu government has cleared the decks for the construction of a memorial for social reformer Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy, one of the leaders of this Satyagraha, Vaikom Satyagraha. What was Vaikom Satyagraha? One line answer is temple entry movement. Caste based discrimination. It was against the caste based discrimination. People were not allowed to enter in the temple. So, temple entry movement, it is a social reform, means it is fighting against the evil of the society. Social reform means what? Reforming the society, right? All the evil things, bad practices that are existing in society. Bad practices means what? Harshad, evils of society, tell me. What is the evil of society in 21st century? 21st century evils in the society. Aslam? Huh? Evils of society in 21st century.
EVI.
Evils.
At what perspective? At what perspective level?
India, 21st century. Current caste discrimination again, right? So, next. Caste discrimination is there. Now, gender based discrimination is also there. Gender based not only includes male and female but trans, third genders. So, whenever you talk about gender based discrimination, include the transgenders also. This will make you very different, right? Because gender not only includes now male and female, third genders are also there, right? So, this is also an evil. And pay parity is the evil, yes or no? Pay parity, equal pay for equal work, yes? So, women are not getting equally paid for their work. Next is what? Any other evil? This is why you should read newspaper, okay? Evils. Come on, tell me.
Discriminating based on
Job and salary, yes. And there is this, one more evil is there, which is very, and income inequality. Have you heard of this word, income inequality? Income inequality is there. Rich are getting richer, poor are getting poorer, right? So, these are the inequalities, okay? So, temple entry and social reform. What was the Satyagraha? Vaikom, Kerala, and then aimed at abolishing untouchability. So, people were not even allowed to walk on the roads around the temples, okay, and securing temple entry rights for Dalit. It marked the dawn of temple entry movement in India. Started temple entry movements in India. Now, same thing, that it prohibited Dalits from entering its premises or even using the area around the temple, the roads around the temple. And then led by, who are the leaders? This is the question. This is a Main important part from which question will be asked. So leaders associated with Vaikom Satyagraha. Who are the leaders? T.K. Madhavan, Sardar Panikkar and K.P. Keshava Menon. This movement was led by these leaders. Okay. Now next important thing is petitions submitted to Travancore Legislative Council in 1923 during the All India AICC meet in Kakinada. Beginning of the Satyagraha. Local leader K. Kelappan to open the temple roads for all, and then authorities refused, and then these leaders, they led the fight against the untouchability. Mahatma Gandhi, Periyar, E.V. Ramaswamy and Sri Narayan Guru, they all supported this movement. So Mahatma Gandhi is also included in this, remember this. This Satyagraha is in news, Mahatma Gandhi, very very important. Okay, so this can be asked. Mahatma Gandhi supported it and visited Vaikom in 1925. Where is Vaikom? You are from Kottayam? Very good. So it is in, what happened? Any doubt? Irshad? Then why just look? Okay. Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy, he joined the movement in 1924 and then extended, Narayan Guru extended the support promoting equality and justice. He was a social reformer. About this personality, social reformer and politician from Tamil Nadu, he is known as the father of Dravidian movement, led the self-respect movement also, and then rejected the dominance of Brahmanas, okay, fought against gender inequality and caste. Achievements were what? Attempts to suppress the movement were there, but they continued this, and then Travancore government allowed public access to all temple roads across the state. This was a success, lasting impact. So it started the temple entry movement in India. Now the question, how did this influence subsequent social reform? Because it is marked as a dawn of temple entry movement in India. So how did it lead other movements? It influenced subsequent social reform movement in India. Next is discuss the role of Ramaswamy in the Vaikom Satyagraha and his contribution to social equality. And then crucial event. It is a crucial event in the fight against untouchability. Are you writing? Economic inequality, yes Krishna. Women's safety, yes, this is also a problem. Communalism is there. Only one question. Done? Jason written? Which question? First? When will you submit the answers? Next Saturday? Okay? Honey badger. Uttarakhand's Terai forest yields first ever honey badger recording on camera. So it is for the first time this has been recorded, and in Uttarakhand. So what are the important information that we have to keep in mind is behavior and the family. So it is related to skunks, ferrets and other badgers, and behavior is what? It is omnivorous. So most important information that will be asked is it omnivorous, nocturnal, and the diet includes animal, fruits and honey, and it is known for being solitary and capable of movement to escape predators. Distribution will be asked. So found in Africa and Asia. Okay. Next is recorded in India in these areas: Maharashtra, Odisha and Karnataka. Okay. and now Uttarakhand also. Ecological significance, most important part is how is it significant ecologically. So predation role helps, so it is omnivorous, right? So helps in control population of smaller animals, right? It is a predator, so it feeds on these smaller animals and pests, protecting crops also. So this can be asked that badger, it was in news, what is the importance, right? So does it protect the crops? Yes, because it is omnivorous, it eats insects, it controls the pest, nutrient cycling process, it enriches the soil through their diet and waste. And then indicator species, it is an indicator species of ecosystem health. Presence means there is biodiversity because of the nature of its diet. And then conservation status, very important, least concern and Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act. Very, very important scheme, Dharti Aba Janjatiye Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan. Very important, why? Jasim, why this is very important? Jasim and Leher, online students, why this scheme is very, very important? Habil, are you there? Yes, tell me. Tribal. And within tribal? Dharti Aba Janjatiya. Janjatiya means what? We already have covered this thing many times in the class. Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan. So tribes related to scheduled tribes, and under these tribes, what is the category that is present under scheduled tribe category? Irshad, I have already told you many times I have told ST, scheduled tribes. Under this there is one more group, which is, tell me. Yes, PVTG. What is the full form of PVTG? You don't tell, huh? Let others say. PVTG. PVTG. What is the full form? Did we discuss this thing in the class? PVTG. Do you remember? STML you have? Aslam? Do you have STML? Short term memory loss. Yes, PVTG is particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So they are a part of scheduled tribes. That is why it is very, very important. This scheme has been launched in Jharkhand. Jharkhand PVTGs. We find PVTGs, okay? And they are very important. Dharti Aba in Jharkhand with a budget outlay of 80,000 crore. This is also important, this amount, 80,000 crore, okay? And it was launched on 2nd October 2024, Mahatma Gandhi birth anniversary, okay? Okay, see the important points. Abhiyan aims at saturation of more than 63 tribal majority villages in aspirational district and 25 scheme intervention. Intervention. Do you remember the word intervention? Focus on 25 scheme interventions under the Abhiyan in next 5 years and inaugurates 40 new Eklavya schools. Eklavya schools are basically made for, okay? So, foundation stone of 25 school has been laid, and then these are the Anganwadis and multi-purpose center. Now, the important information objective is to promote what? Holistic development overall. Holistic development in the tribal villages. It includes school also, Anganwadi also, different centers also, to create what? Transformative changes in socio-economic landscape of the country, because PVTGs need more attention, okay? They are secluded kind of groups, so they need more attention, more financial support, right? So because of this, we are launching the scheme. We already know that 63,843 villages will be covered and 5 crore tribal individuals across 549 districts. These districts and blocks are not important, okay. Implementation strategy, 25 intervention. It envisions addressing critical gap in social infrastructure, health, education. That is why we are calling it a holistic kind of scheme, holistic development. And then focuses on convergence and outreach also. Sustainable development of tribal areas. Financial breakdown. Total, what is the outlay? 80,000 crore, right? Okay. So, initiative is based on the lessons learned from Pradhan Mantri Janman Yojana. Janman. It was launched in November 2023 on the birth anniversary of Birsa Munda. He is also from Jharkhand. Birsa Munda, tribal leader, right? So he is also from Jharkhand. 15th November is his birth anniversary, and it was launched. Janman was launched. Okay, very important point. And it PM Janman specifically focuses on the PVTG. Now, what are PVTGs? Very, very important criteria and the definition. So, it is referred, earlier it was known as primitive tribal group, but the name was changed because of the stigma attached to the word primitive, okay. People think that primitive means old, right. PVTGs are defined by government, a declining or stagnant population. What are the criteria of PVTG? So, declining or stagnant population, population is not increasing, okay. Next is use of pre-agrarian technology, hunting gathering society. They will be hunting gathering society, and economic backwardness and low literacy rate will be there. So, socio-economic upliftment they need. That is why this scheme has been launched. Living condition. So, they live in most remote and inaccessible areas of the country, PVTGs, and 75 such communities spread across 18 states and union territories. PVTGs, okay, we are discussing about PVTG. Clear? Monetary Policy Committee. Leher, what happened? Monetary Policy Committee. This is also in news. So, what kind of question can come from Monetary Policy Committee? Committee. What does a committee have? Committee. What kind of question can come? So, central government recently appointed new members to the MPC with immediate effect. 3 new members. First of all, establishment. MPC was formed following a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding between Government of India and RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Legal authority, section 45ZB of the RBI Act. This can be asked. Where does it get its legal authority from? 1934. Now the function. And it is what? 6-member committee. Function is what? Primary responsibility is to determine the benchmark policy rate necessary to keep inflation under a specified level. Inflation means what? Inflation is what? So, it creates a benchmark policy rate, repo rate. The function is. And what is inflation? To keep inflation under a specified limit. Inflation is what? Inflation, do you know? Anyone? Rise in prices. Inflation is rise in prices, okay? Prices of goods, services will increase, inflation. Now, very, very important, the composition. Composition tenure. So, tenure is 4 years. 4-year tenure is there and consists of 6 members, RBI governor who is the chairperson, RBI deputy governor will be there, one official nominated by RBI board and then 3 external members. Tenure is 4 years and quorum for a meeting requires 4 members. So 4 member is very, very important, must for the meeting of this committee, 4 member, and then with at least one being the governor or the deputy governor. This point is very important. Next is decision making. Decisions are made by majority vote, and in the case of a tie, the governor has the casting vote and then they are binding on the RBI. Binding on RBI, remember this point. MPC's decisions are binding on RBI, okay, Jasim? MPC's decisions are? Okay. What is repo rate? Repo rate is mentioned in the topic. So what is repo rate? There are 2 terms, repo rate and reverse repo rate, okay? The repo rate is the rate at which central bank lends what? Money to commercial bank. Central bank lends money to commercial bank. That is why RBI is called banker of the banks, right? Okay, this is its function. And when commercial banks have a shortage of fund, it is a tool. Repo rate is a tool used by authority to control inflation. When inflation rises, central bank increase. When inflation will be rising, central bank will increase the repo rate to discourage borrowing from the central bank, and it will reduce the money supply in the economy. Mahakaleshwar temple is in news. Mahakaleshwar temple. Ujjain. Ujjain is where? Where is Ujjain? Madhya Pradesh, okay. So 2 people died, lost their lives when a boundary wall near the temple in Ujjain fall on them. So these kind of news also become important. Whenever you are attending the current affairs class, look at the kind of news that we are discussing, okay. Dying, is it important? People died. So how can we cover this news from exam perspective? Mahakaleshwar temple is important, okay. Dedicated to Lord Shiva, it is in Madhya Pradesh, and then location Ujjain city, river, holy banks of Shipra river, one of the 12 Jyotirlingas of Lord Shiva. Next is earliest reference of Mahakal dates back to 6th century BC, and it is recognized as one of the 7 Mukti Sthal. People get salvation. There are 7 places where people get salvation, Mukti Sthal, and Mahakaleshwar is one of them. Architecture, very, very important from the art and culture perspective. The structure is a 5-storied establishment with the main shrine located underground. Features, this was asked. This question comes in public services, state services examination also. What is the structure? It includes a courtyard and influenced by Chalukya, Maratha and Bhumija style of architecture. These 3 kinds of architecture and buildings we see. The structures we see from these 3 kind of architecture, okay. And this is constructed from stone. Most of the upper structure is supported by pillars and plasters. Okay, DT images, Ganesh, Parvati, Kartikeya, and water tank is also there. Water tank, especially here, it is not a part of, North Indian temple style of architecture. Water tanks are not there. But here we find a water tank also in Sarvotobhadra style. So water tank is there, remember this point. In Dravida style of architecture, we find water tank in the temple. But in North Indian style, we do not find, okay. Ethanol, it is in news, very, very important news. India has become world's 3rd largest producer and consumer also. So PNC, producer and consumer of ethanol. Okay. What is ethanol? Okay. Ethanol is agricultural byproduct. Agricultural byproduct obtained from the processing of sugarcane, rice husk or maize. This is the definition, and appearance is also very important. Ethanol is in news and we are blending also, blending ethanol, right? It is a clear colorless liquid. India is doing a great work in this ethanol blending. That is why, and we are doing it, the target that we have set, we are achieving that target earlier. Characteristic Venus order and pungent taste is there. Renewable fuel. Ethanol is a renewable fuel produced from plants that capture solar energy, and it is a renewable fuel. So remember this word, renewable fuel, related to ethanol. So this is crop, this is the process of ethanol. Fermentation will be there, purification, ethanol, then blending, and then it will be used. And there are generations of ethanol also. First generation, second generation, production in India. It is mainly produced from molasses, sugarcane molasses through a fermentation process, and then Government of India allows procurement from molasses known as first generation ethanol. From biomass we get second generation ethanol. The ethanol that we get from first generation is from molasses, and from biomass like rice straw, wheat straw, these are called as second generation ethanol. Advantages are what? Renewable fuel, right? Cleaner, it will help us in reducing greenhouse gas emission, climate change, improves engine performance also, reduces dependence. So when we are blending it, we will be using less what? Less fuel, other conventional fuels. We will use other conventional fuel in a minimum way, and then supports rural economies, and then advanced biofuel from non-edible plant. It provides us biofuel. Application is also very important. Okay. Blending and industrial uses are there. So ethanol blending involves mixing it with petrol to reduce the fossil fuel consumption. How much we are blending it? 10% or 20% or 30% blending with petrol? 10, 20 or 30? 20. India has achieved what percentage of blending? Very, very important. 10 or 20 or 30? 20. Have we achieved it, or we are working for it? Find this answer. Huh? What percentage of India, what percentage of ethanol blending India is working for? Very, very important. Are you sure about 20%? Or you are just guessing? Huh? 85% blending we are doing? Acha. You are just guessing. Go and read the news related to this. Okay. Industrial uses are also there. So it is used as solvent and then additive to automotive gasoline. These are the generation of biofuel and the differences. High carbon content, first generation. Sugarcane, molasses, it will be having high carbon content. So second generation, less carbon content. Okay. So second generation is more efficient, right? And then third generation is carbon neutral. So whenever we change the generation, there is an updation and less carbon emission will be there. Fourth generation, carbon negative, right? What is carbon negative? Whenever we progress, first generation is high carbon content and fourth is carbon negative. What is the meaning of carbon negative?
To reduce the carbon content that is
Footprint. Okay, listen. This is about the footprint of carbon. Footprint of carbon. High carbon content means releasing more carbon. Carbon negative means what?
like reduce the carbon footprint that has been, right?
Carbon neutral?
Zero emission. Zero emission.
It's not about zero emission. Carbon neutral is what? Huh? Carbon neutral is what? I discussed about this term in the last class also. Carbon neutral is balancing. It is not zero. It is balancing. The amount that we are producing and the amount of carbon we are absorbing is same. So, zero in the sense that it is not adding the carbon. It is not like carbon is not released. Carbon is released, but it is not getting added to the air. Okay, atmosphere. Carbon is not getting added. Balancing. Neutrality means balancing. It is not zero. Zero carbon emission will not be the case.
Like the net value is going to be
Yes. And then carbon negative. Go and find the definition of carbon negative. Okay. National Center of Excellence. Very, very important for AVGC. Animation, Visual Effect, Gaming, Comics and Extended Reality. AVGC, full form. They can ask about this also. UPSC can ask any kind of question. Okay. So, Center of Excellence for AVGC. Animation, Visual Effect, Gaming, Comics, Extended Reality. So, the Center of Excellence has been found in where? Mumbai. Where this Center of Excellence has been formed? What is this? You want water? Please have it. You could have thrown it on his head. That will be fine. Where is this center? Mumbai. Remember this point. Okay. Goal is what? To create a world-class talent pool. Industry collaboration partnering with FICCI and CII. Okay. About NONCOE. It is established under Companies Act. Means what? This body, National Center of Excellence for AVGC is what? Which body? Which kind of body? Right? Okay. Provisional name Indian Institute for Immersive Creators, and it is modeled after IITs and IIMs. So, it is related to animation, extended reality, and it will be working like IITs and IIMs. Next is revolutionize the animation sector. Creativity, innovation, employment generation, these all will be the benefit of this center. Okay. Next is objectives, creating Indian IP, intellectual property in this sector, leveraging the cultural heritage, multiplier effect will be there. What is the meaning of multiplier effect? Multiplier effect. Multiplier effect. The benefit, the effects, the impact will be multiplied, means from one level to the other level. It will, the benefit will rise. Okay. Okay. Next is integrated focus on education, skilling, innovation and development, industry development related to AVCG sector. Hub and spoke model. Very, very important. This can be asked that NCOE follows this hub and spoke model. Okay, is it correct or not? What is this hub and spoke model? Hub. There is one hub. Spoke is what? Spokes are these, no? Like these, right? Yes or no? The central hub with multiple spokes, multiple centers around India, different location centers will be there, and there will be one hub, central hub. Innovation and Research Fund. It will leverage the startup ecosystem also, innovation, creativity, and then visual representation of hub and spoke model will be there. Significance, high quality content, innovation, rise in content creation also. Global leadership will be provided, positioning India in technological innovation, creativity in the AVGC sector, and it will boost the economy, create the job opportunities in India. Yes or no? National center has been established, means this will dedicatedly work in the AVGC sector, right? So creation of job opportunities for youth, for other people also. Animation, definition of animation and the conclusion part. Animation is what? Animation is what? Simple definition, no? Tell me. You have heard about this word. Animation is what? Animate. Animate is what? Aslam? Animation? Audio, video are the methods through which we animate, create. Create what? To create illusion of movement in a sequence. So methods are audio, video, creation, animation, right? Class is over. Thank you very much, and please submit your answers. Online students can also send me through PDF. Scan your answers and send it through PDF. Okay? I'll see you in the next week. Bye and take care.